Holy smokes, it's Troy Casey, the certified health nut, here in his own home in Santa Monica, California. Top of the world, top of the morning to you. And so today's video is labeled Vegan and Paleo Unite. Yes! Yes! Finally we can get together and have brotherly love amongst each other instead of so much silliness and arguing who's right and who's wrong. And of course, you know, part of my mentality is I got sick on a vegan diet, and that's why I promote it. And professionally, I see a lot of people harming themselves. After the cleansing aspect, which everybody gets so high off of, then they get a little bit, you know, run down and potentially losing their hair and their teeth and serious issues like that. So that's the only reason I'm a big advocate. And as far as paleo goes, I'm not big for nomenclature and giving you this label and that label. I like to do intuitive eating and just eat real food. I like that label, JERF, just eat real food. Sean Croxton of Underground Wellness came up with that. And as an old comedy writer, I really like the word JERF, just eat real food. And of course, when you're turned on to the highest level, you always know what your soul needs or what's guiding you and what you should do, whether you should relax a little bit or, you know, not eat as much or have a little bit more carbohydrates or, you know, have a little bit more fats and you can handle it because maybe you're doing squats or deadlifts with 400 pounds. And so your body needs a little bit more energy of this, that, or the other thing. So it's all about balance and then activating your intuition and coming from the soul and the heart. And so, anyhow, enough of my philosophy. And here's more of my philosophy. So, okay, so we have Proposition 37, which I helped work to get on the ballot, labeled GMOs. And so I spoke at the World Food Freedom Day on October 16th of last year. You probably have seen that. If not, I will put a link there where you can catch it. But I illustrated the many points that I feel are affecting mankind, especially around the girth area. And so, you know, my philosophy is people are eating foods that aren't real foods. The body doesn't know how to metabolize those materials. It stores it with a lipid structure around it, which is a fat, and stores it for later and say, hey, we will metabolize or we will deal with this later, but we don't know what the hell to do with it now. Maybe they're going to come up with some Monsanto digestive enzymes or something like that. Okay, so anyways, back to the point. Yes on 37. Yes on 37 is yes for life. Label GMOs, give people the choice. If GMOs are so good for humanity and so good for health and so good for the world and so good for everything else, why does everybody else label it? And why can't we label it in the United States of America? Why are we the only ones who don't label it? And we're one of the only people that hasn't kicked Monsanto out of the country. Bolivia, Ecuador, India, Haiti have all rejected. People in the know, like farmers and other people that know about seeds, they've all rejected this chemical company's advancement into the agricultural business world. Because let's face it, Monsanto is not an agricultural company. It's a chemical company. You know, what is it? The wolf in sheep's clothing. So they're masquerading as an agriculture company, but the actuality is 100 years ago they started out like DuPont as a chemical company. And actually, they made a big name for themselves in the Vietnam War, and they created Agent Orange, which is an herbicide to burn down the jungle so that they could win warfare against the inhabitants of Vietnam who were fighting guerrilla warfare. Very like the way we won the Revolutionary War in America. You shoot, and then you go and run, and you hide behind a tree, or you hide, and you don't have normal military tactics, so it's very hard to fight. So Monsanto created Agent Orange and just burned down the jungle. Now they didn't win the Vietnam War. The United States political policy plan or whatever, didn't win that war. If you actually look at it, we actually lost that war. And so, but they created a great herbicide that just burned the jungle down and caused all sorts of problems with Vietnam vets as well as the people living over there. And so they decided, because it was such a profiteering element, you know, to get a contract, a military contract, to buy these materials, it was so lucrative for them. When the war was over, what are they going to do with these materials? So they figured out in a laboratory, hey, this is an herbicide. If we genetically weave this herbicide into the structure of corn, canola, soy, and cotton, then when we spray our herbicides on there, then it will be resistant to the herbicides and the plant will be able to grow. So they're spraying more and more pesticides all over this food and herbicides, and it's resistant to, you know, this type of chemical contamination. So already you're dealing with something that's been bombarded with something, and it's strong enough to survive that. You want to eat that? You want to put that stuff in your body? No, I don't. Even people that aren't conscious of health don't want that stuff in their body, but they don't know. And that's why I believe that 69% of the American people, when certified health nut started, the statistics was 62%. It went to 67%, and now it's at 69% obesity rate in the United States of America. 90% of the corn and soy is genetically modified. You know, canola oils and everything. And so I believe, this is my philosophy, that people are getting fatter and sicker because of what they're eating. If it's an epidemic proportion, then there must be something systemically wrong. And systemically means universal, or to me it means universal. What somebody's putting in their body, their results are going to show. And so I think that the vegans and the Paleolithic people can unify on this one and be champions for the earth. What do you guys think? You think that's a good idea? If you do, great. If you don't, great. Put a message in the comment box, and I'm out. Peace out.